One. This is Ed in San Diego, and very special program today, one for the ages. In New York City is the renowned Sir Julian Milkis, clarinetist, has played at Carnegie Hall and around the world. And so happy and honored to have you on this program. Annette Dernick is all about love and peace in companies and teams. And she's coming to us live from Cologne, Germany. And as you've just heard, Diane Devitt is live in Chicago, originally from New York area. Diane Devitt, I'm going to just do a quickie and then Diane will do it better. Yeah. Sir Julian, she's been a professor of media and entertainment, marketing and management, hospitality, and related things at NYU for 25, 30 years, and also been in business. She's renowned for helping very large organizations produce their meetings and events. And she's written more than one book. One of them is What Color is Your Meeting? Now, if it was a meeting with Annette, she'd probably do red. But for no reason at all, your meetings are never black, right, Diane?
No.
No. Well, they'd be purple.
Love and peace would probably be more like a green or a pale blue, but that's taking it to a different level. But yes, thank you, Ed.
Right. So, Sir Julian, what color would your performances be? Would they be purple? Would they be brown?
Black.
Black.
I always wear black. I don't wear traditional tux or tails anymore, but special clothes made for me, but I like black color.
That's really fascinating. I've invited a couple of other people to join us, but we're not going to wait for them. They will be admitted right away by me if they show up. So how much time do you have today, Julia?
As much time as we want.
Oh, that's really nice of you. Okay, great.
We can have all day.
Now, I have circulated one of your videos from YouTube so that our people, our guests today and others in the follow-up will have direct access to. And the one I'm circulating is the commemorative event that you did in Ukraine and that symphony orchestra.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I thought that would be very interesting. So for the benefit of our audience out there who will see this subsequent to today's recording session, more than 1 million will receive this broadcast link, audio and video, as a result of my very active LinkedIn networking memberships. Actually, there's a total audience reach of 2.6 million, but it doesn't mean that they all receive it. They receive it in their box, but they may not open it. We have a hardcore corporate business audience that has been basically with me throughout the past 5 years. And that number is about 400,000. And most of that is American. And most, not all, but most. And business to business and senior levels. This is according to LinkedIn demographic research on my channel of the programs that they display. So it's a business audience. And your being on this program is really an honor for me. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. It's a great honor for me.
Well, it's really nice. So I want to start from the beginning, if that's okay. And I'm going to stop talking because the audience is here to meet you. But your background, you are from Ukraine.
Well, I was born there. I never lived there.
Oh,
because
okay.
My parents both are from Odessa, and I was born there, but I was raised in St. Petersburg, in Leningrad.
Ah, okay.
And then my parents immigrated to Canada, but this is many, many years ago. To be exact, 51 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And then but I came to New York like 3.5 years later. When I finished high school, I came to New York and I studied first at Manhattan School of Music and then at Juilliard.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So Juilliard is famous for expertise. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, it's a great school, sure.
Yeah, Diane, would you help me? Juilliard is famous in many ways.
Juilliard is one of the most iconic and well-known schools for musicians in the world.
And
Um,
for also actors.
and for actors, exactly.
Yes.
I was going to say that. And for school, for theater, and for acting.
Yes.
So when you walk past the school, you bow or you try to listen. Let's put it that way. As a New Yorker, I would try to listen.
Yeah. Although I'll tell you, when I got my bachelor's at the Manhattan School of Music, and I loved Manhattan School just as much.
Yes,
It
I'm
was a
very aware. Yes,
absolutely wonderful school.
yes.
Right. Now, your specialty is the clarinet.
Yes.
What brought you to that particular instrument?
Well, it was actually a form of a punishment. Not really. It's a true story. My parents started me on the piano. I was 5 years old. And, on the piano, you have to practice quite a bit at the very early stage. It's a very complex instrument, especially the repertoire is enormous. And all I wanted to do is play soccer at that time. And a piano was on the way. So I struggled through grade five. And what killed it for my parents and for me and for teachers, I got a B plus on the graduation exam at grade five. And this was a huge embarrassment because it was one of the top two music schools in Soviet Union at the time. And anything lower than A was considered questionable, and B plus was really a huge embarrassment. So on a family gathering, my parents and my dad's close friend, who was at the time concertmeister of the Leningrad Philharmonic, they decided to punish me, and they punished me with the clarinet, which was totally fine because when a early time on the clarinet, you don't really have to practice all that much. So I could play my soccer.
So breath control is clarinet more than finger control.
Both, but
Uh-huh.
breath control, of course, is very special. Yeah,
Yeah. So is that a happy instrument?
not necessarily. It can be
It's
very
more
sad.
moody, isn't it?
It could be, yeah, it could be happy, but I see it as it's my lady, and it's for me it's more sad than happy instrument, but it's the closest thing to human voice is the sound of clarinet if it's played right.
So in one of the concertos that I watched in prep for our first talk of a few days ago, um, the
Well,
the one I listened to was with the piano Randier or Professor Randier, or piano. I can't
no,
think of it right now.
Randvere from Estonia.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That was kind of moody. It was dark.
It's Cancelli, that's my favorite composer of all time, and I absolutely adore him, and he's just one of a kind. And I play him all over the world with symphony orchestras and with piano. And past August, he would have been 90, and it was celebrated all over the world, and I played it all over Europe and here, and keep playing it always. But this season especially, 2025, 26. Yeah.
Diane, would you like to comment?
I have so many things that I'm thinking about right now, and I think just, so my background is as a meeting and event producer. I produced large events. I worked with many musicians over the years, and of course, coming from New York, and my office was right across the street from Carnegie Hall at one point.
Oh, oh, on 57th, huh?
On 57th and
Yeah.
6th, right on the corner. I literally
Right.
used to look out my office window at Carnegie Hall. Music has always played such an important part for me in event and music production. I mean, and when I teach, and I was also, as Ed mentioned, an adjunct at New York University, but I would teach my students that music fills a room. Music doesn't only have the purpose to deliver a message or entertain us, but it creates an environment. And in my case with events, oftentimes I would use music as a means of control, how fast and how slow audiences exit a room or enter a room or for whatever purpose. But you bring out something to me that's very critical, is that your instrument is the closest to a human voice, and the connection that people make with you is so visceral, it's so internal, that I wonder, in your experience performing for private audiences or audiences, what have people told you afterwards?
Well, I feel awkward because I have to brag. I hate to brag.
No, it's not bragging, it's sharing.
Oh.
I'm asking you that question as a former teacher and as a professor. So
Well,
that's what I mean.
especially when I started performing Cancelli, this is about first time maybe 97 or 98. And I played his music in about 22 countries for very different audiences, different religions and like Nordic people and Mexican and Italian and Spanish and totally different temperaments. The reaction it's so unusual, it's always the same. People are stunned, and like half of the audience is always crying. And it's not because of its depressed feeling, it's happy tears. And his music just touches people's hearts, and it just goes straight to, it's so amazing to see the reaction. I just played in Warsaw and in Zurich and a tour of Estonia, northern people, and amazing to see, people sitting there and tears streaming down their face. It's incredible.
But what a gift that is, you see? And and because music is an international language, we all speak Mozart. We
Yes.
all speak, we all speak adagio. We all react to adagio. We all react to the different temperaments of it all. And that's why I was asking you that. And what goes through your mind when you're playing?
You know, a lot of journalists ask me a question: what do you think when you play? And I always give the same answer: nothing. Nothing. I don't have any images. I don't have to imagine anything. You're just so involved in the music. And goes from your heart through your head and through your instrument. And because if you have to imagine and invent some images, then there's something wrong.
Yes.
It has
And
to be
you're
pure. It has to be pure.
many years ago, I took an art class. And Ed, I'm sorry, I
No, it's
just
all
love
right.
this. But many years I took an art class, and I remember the teacher saying, you paint from your source. So just like I watch the Olympics now, and
Me
we
too.
say yes, and my little like Ilya, oh, I'm following him. Anyway, he
Yeah,
says, what
amazing skater.
amazing.
Yeah,
And of course he
amazing.
says, when I go out to perform, I'm so in the zone that I just
Absolutely.
let it flow. I don't think about it. And so with you, you're basically there is a vessel,
Yeah, I'll
and
tell
it's
you. Well, first of all, I was not in German Wunderkind. I was not. Uh, and my career started like pretty late. I was early to mid 20s.
Right.
And before my debut at Carnegie Hall, and I was 25, uh, I was so nervous every single time that I would pretty much, before every concert, I would throw up.
Mm-hmm.
It was a torture. Every concert was a torture.
So that
And
was from nerves?
yes, yes. And the concert at Carnegie, it was in November of 83. I was not nervous, and I'll tell you why. Because I was so prepared that even if you walk me in the middle of the night, I would still play it perfectly because I was so ready for that. And and that's it. I was never nervous again.
Isn't that the secret though? And Annette, you would, practice, right? You watch, I watch all the old movies, like one of them from Baryshnikov and the White Knight. And I mean, you live it. You just get up in the morning. And so, yes, that preparedness
But you know,
eliminates that noise
yes.
in your head.
But I know a lot of amazing performers that they were dead nervous until the last concert they played, until they were very old. So I always say it's a gift that I don't get. Well, I get excited, of course, but it's different. I don't shake, and and I'm pretty much always prepared because in my sort of late stage of my life and career, not late stage, but advanced, I do practice a lot. And when people say, play amazing concerts, said, wow, and do you practice a lot? No, I said, I don't practice. That's a lie.
I hope it's a lie.
Yes,
And
it's a lie
the
because,
fact we can all relate to that, can't we? The minute you put your instrument down, you're not engaged with it.
yeah, I'll tell you.
Whatever it is, I speak as a speaker. If I don't rehearse my material, I get up and say, what is it?
Yeah, I'll tell you, when I started taking lessons from Benny Goodman, he was 74 years old.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, 74 years old. And he was really, it was amazing to like go outside with him. He was an older man. There was a crowd of people. It's like Beatles in England.
Of course.
And he practiced every single day when he was old, when he didn't have a lot of engagements, every single day. And he practiced scales, he practiced Brahms, he practiced Mozart every single day. So, and people say, he was so amazing. Yes, he was amazing, but he dedicated his life to clarinet. His daughter Rachel, she said, my father played himself to death.
Really?
And it's true.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He died from a heart attack, and he just practiced. He couldn't live without clarinet.
Obsessed.
Obsessed, totally obsessed. Yeah.
Annette, welcome.
Sorry. Thank you.
Oh, just go on. I love listening, and I'm just thinking of what you just also mentioned, Diane, being on stage as a speaker, even though, yeah, the instrument is maybe the own voice. And yeah, Julian, when I was listening to you, I could kind of feel the music going kind of through you, what you also mentioned, Diane, being a vessel. And I've also already read that you had been working together with Benny Goodman, and I think you were his only pupil. Is that he didn't take other pupils?
No, no, it's pretty remarkable because when I found out my teacher, who Benny Goodman took lessons from, he was at the concert and Benny Goodman was there. He mentioned it to me. And I said, is it possible to play for him? And he said, forget it. He is very unpleasant. He is very harsh. He hates colleagues. He doesn't like, you know, young upcoming clarinetists. He's in a world of his own. He was like Jesus Christ. And he said he won't even answer your phone call. But to make the long story short, he did answer. And he invited me, and we created a very, very special bond.
Have you been so persistent, or did you find kind of the key to his heart?
It's hard to say, because to say that he was so taken with my playing, yeah, I was good, but I don't think I was anything like now. Maybe technically I was better then, but in other ways I was not. But he saw something, and his daughter said, if he didn't see what you would become, you would never come, for the second lesson.
That's what I just thought, that he already saw in you what you are now.
Yeah, and he changed my sound, totally changed my sound, and especially he wasn't very good with words. Like if he wanted to explain something, a phrase, or something particular, he would start talking, then said, why don't I show it to you? And he would pick up clarinet and play a phrase, and it would be worth 1,000 words.
Wonderful. I
Yeah.
just had this sentence in my head: when the pupil is ready, the teacher shows up. And to me, it seems as it had been similar with you, that somehow you had been ready, and then he showed up, and then you were kind of, yeah, the match that was meant to be.
It was meant to be. I think so. I think
Yeah,
so. Because, things like that don't just happen.
exactly.
And Nat, I love your.
Now you have the responsibility to find a young person.
I really don't teach, even though I should. I had a couple of students, and I have a wonderful, wonderful young kid. He's not a kid anymore. He's like 33, 34. And he is a fantastic clarinetist and a wonderful musician and the nicest person. And when Cancelli was dying, I was by his bed, and he said, my clarinet music will die with you, because nobody can play it like that. And I said, yeah, I promise that before I stop playing, I will have somebody who will take my place. And this kid is like that. I won't say his name. And I talked to him, and I said, it's time that we start learning this music. He said, no, 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 don't even mention. I will never play it while you're playing it. And I said, I will not be playing it forever, but I got to get you prepared. So it has to continue, this
So,
music.
Annette, I want to say thank you for your beautiful eloquence. You just, waited for everybody to stop talking, and then you come out with these phrases that are so melodic. They're like music, and so I thank you for being here. So,
Thank
Sir
you.
Julian, when I hear you talking about how much you love music, and I'm thinking of how you must feel about a note, but note is not the right word, is it? It's a feeling, and that note creates that feeling for you, and then you think about how you want that feeling to come out through your instrument. Am I making sense?
Yes, you are making sense. It's absolutely correct. Yeah, and a big chunk of my practicing is playing just very slow notes, so I can create different sounds. And it takes time, and it took me a lifetime to achieve the sound that I more or less I like it. Not always, but yes, I think it works.
When you were playing for the Ukrainian military, did you use both low, sad tones as much as something to cheer them up?
No, I couldn't cheer them up. And I've played there now. I was there about 7 times. I'm going again in April, and I can't play cheerful music. The only 2 times I played jazz there, sort of jazz, is a ragtime concerto that amazing Dick Hyman composed for me. Um, and that was the only exception. But especially when I played for soldiers and for wounded and for volunteers, uh, first of all, when I knew who was in the audience, I said, please make the hall dark so I don't see these people without hands and legs. And I could, because I cannot play, I will start crying. So, and so it was just the light on my stand and for the orchestra, and that was it. But the most difficult thing was playing for the amputees in Odessa at the hospital. And I lasted only 2 rooms, and I had a nervous breakdown because I saw in each room there were like 3 or 4 young soldiers, young, really like 21, 22. The oldest was maybe 30, without a leg, without an arm, with, empty dark eyes. It was horrible. Oh,
Diane.
It's hard to do that, isn't it?
it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
And yet the gift that you give them to come out of where they are and to take them into a space that helps them to forget where they are.
Yeah, and I mainly
That
played. I
moment.
was alone. I just played, and the colonel who brought me there, and he said, not brought me there. I came with the journalist, but the person, the doctor, he had a rank, and he said, please don't play that particular song. It's a very ancient Ukrainian song, and it's played at the funerals of soldiers. And I played it a lot there with an orchestra. It's like saddest, most beautiful song. It's about a duck that is far away from home and swimming in a lake. And he said, please don't play it, because for them, when they hear it, it's a funeral of their friends. So I played Bach and Mozart.
Right, which are good choices to play.
Yes,
And
yes.
at the same time, if you did play that song, it's the reality and the truth of what people are living through, and it gives them an excuse to have that release. But it is awfully hard to listen to on a daily. I can think back even into this country at 9/11 when there was that so many funerals day after day after day. You
Yep.
just couldn't hear things after a while. The human spirit could just handle
Yeah,
so much.
I was in New York. I came at 3 a.m. from a concert in Rhode Island, 9/11. And my son, it was his first day in school, SMS, Special Music School at Lincoln Center. And it's just, I'll never forget it. Yeah.
Now, with music therapy, okay, do you get involved with that at all?
Well,
In terms
actually, working on several productions involving Cancelli music,
Mhm.
and it is music therapy. Yes. Yeah. Also, something very interesting. My team that organizes concerts, uh, now we're talking about a concert in Nigeria for like 50,000 people. And
Do you need an event producer?
ah,
Do you need an event producer?
maybe yes. Yeah, but it's fascinating. When they told me 50,000, I said, "You sure it's 50,000?" Yes. So I said, I played maximum that I played in a concert was 3,500 people, and that's a lot. But for 50,000, and it will be Cancelli. So and also there'll be like a week festival there, mainly based on his music, and also in Morocco. We're working on the festival there, and it's also very exciting. Yeah.
I just have one more question before and Annette, please jump in too, and Ed, of course. when you play a duo with another instrument, is there an instrument that you prefer playing
Oh,
with? Cello, this is one of,
well,
is there one in
yeah,
specific?
duo with cello, I only know of three duos by Beethoven, and maybe some contemporary. But well, my favorite instrument of all is piano because it's like a king of all instruments.
Right.
It's an orchestra, so I love playing with piano. Um, as far as trios, yes, cello would probably be my the favorite instrument. But also, I love to play with string instruments. I love to play with the string quartet. Also, the repertoire is incredible for clarinet and string quartet. Of course,
Hmm.
the two best-known pieces are Mozart and Brahms clarinet quintets.
Hmm.
Also, Cancelli is an amazing clarinet quintet that I play a lot. And also, Carl Maria von Weber and contemporary, some wonderful pieces. But I like to play with wind instruments, believe it or not. It's just,
Wow.
it's not mine. Yeah.
Annette?
Oh, I have so many thoughts in my head. So I'm quite experienced as to therapies, be it music therapy or other things. And I'm still thinking also of the soldiers because my work is really connected to have more peace already where we are living in a peaceful environment and not where they already have this war with big weapons going on. For me, there's already in our countries and our maybe Western countries a lot of wars going on in companies with words. And what my experience really is that it's such a pity, and I now say we, how we traumatize each other. And yeah, so I really, I'm so glad that you, Julian, that you bring yeah, kind of joy to people because for me music is really something to touch the hearts and so it's so important to find things that can heal other people and at the same time my vision and my mission is to try to already prevent people from hurting each other and to have a peaceful and appreciative communication, not only in companies, but above this. And so I know both sides. I know the side to already kind of be in a preventive mode. And I also know how difficult it is as a traumatized person to really get over the trauma. And I have to admit that so my life was influenced a lot by experiences of my parents in World War II. And so I'm really very happy that today we have all these therapies, be it music therapy, dancing therapy, and so on, to kind of overcome these traumas. And so I'm really very, very grateful for every person who supports traumatized people to yeah to live a better life than, for example, my parents had it because when they were young, I think maybe they didn't realize that they had been traumatized. And they would have been ashamed to really ask for help. And yeah, so I would say that in most of our Western countries, we have these possibilities. And I really would love to more people to benefit from all these different kinds of therapies.
Yes. Yes. Also, I have to say at the end, I came to Ukraine. I was the first Western artist to perform during the war. And it happened in June of 22. And I played in Odessa. It was still very empty because people were just coming back. Because in the beginning of the war, they really thought it would be all over within a month. And after first concert, and I played two more, that people would come up on the street and hug me and
Mm.
cry, and unforgettable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hard to be in that position, uh, to be the one that can bring that message to so many people. And clearly we all realize this, and I think Annette, you jump in because as an expert, is that you need the team behind you to give you the strength to show up.
Oh, yes.
You
Yes.
see, it's nothing that, first of all, you're never alone because you just the fact that you're sharing your gift is just God-given, for lack of any other way to explain it. But having a team that can remind you
Yes.
to have the resilience to overcome it, because sadly, as we know, this war is not ended, and the world needs music. The world needs music. Every day I listen to music.
Yeah. Also, I'll tell you, I never thought that I had so many tears in me. I had no idea before going to Ukraine and seeing these brave people and how they fight, and young kids who love their country so much, and they know for sure they're on the right side of history. So it was so emotional, and several times I played on stage and I started crying. Yeah.
I can imagine that. Yes, that's how connected you are to your instrument as well.
Yeah.
I am honored to have all of you on this program. It is unrehearsed, unscripted. That's what I love to do.
Yeah, improvised. Fantastic.
Yeah. Sir,
And Ed, I'm always
yes.
very grateful for your work because you bring us all together. And through you, I've already had so many wonderful conversations all over the world. And for me, that's really healing. And that, in my opinion, that's how healing works when we know each other and when we can support each other, and when we can be here on a platform and share ideas and encourage each other. And yeah, so for me, it's a wonderful and very important work. Thank you very much, Ed.
Yes.
Well, I'm
Yes.
really happy to do this. I love what I'm doing. It's not work.
I totally agree that. Great work.
Thank you. Let's bring this to a close. Diane, be the leader, please.
Well, first of all, thank you, Sir Julian, for being, I mean, you're so inspirational, and I think that your gift will continue, however the channel is, through yourself or through the people you affect and influence, and never ever underestimate that, which I don't think you will. I will.
I hope not. No, I don't want to underestimate it. No.
Never.
Never. No.
Never. Just a dear friend of mine, Stephanie Winters, is a cellist, and I sit and I listen to her work, and I let the tears flow because I want them to. There are very few things in life that can give you a true cathartic experience, and music played from someone like you who it comes from your heart. It touches other people's heart. So I would say thank you and bravo for your work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Annette, your sensitivity here is evident. And
Yeah, thank you.
I really love having you on the show.
Thank you. Yeah, so Julian, I just wanted to, when I heard you talking, Diane, I thought maybe your tears, Sir Julian, are not your tears. It's possible that you cry the tears of the people who are in the audience. And because my experience also with therapies and also family constellations is that sometimes people who have these traumatic experiences, they are no longer able to express their emotions. And so sometimes when it's not possible for them, then unconsciously those emotions are looking for a possibility to come to the surface. And so I can really imagine that you are not only playing music, but you are also kind of maybe taking some of the emotions and bringing them to the surface. And I do not know which of those works is more important, playing the music or helping them release their hurt feelings and their trauma. And yeah, I can only repeat, it's so important that we all work together in this, each of us on his or her place, and yeah, to really touch the hearts of the people. And so in German, we have a saying that very often we communicate kind of from eye to eye level. And I've now changed it, and I say it's a communication from heart to heart. And that's for me so important. And we can communicate from heart to heart with our words, with instruments, with gestures. There are so many, with the eyes, with a smile, with compassion in our eyes. And so I would say that we humans also have a lot of yeah, possibilities and capabilities to really yeah, make a difference. And I'm very, very happy. Thank you very much, Ed, that I'm here. Thank you very much, Sir Julian, that I got known to you. Thank you very much,
Thank
Diane,
you.
to be here in this conversation. And yeah, I really can feel in my heart that there is a big gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
I'd
you.
like to just take a couple of minutes and get out of your way, Sir Julian, because what I'm about to say, I'd like you to explain what I'm trying to say, because I'm not sure I can. But I am really moved by you, number one, you being here on the program, but number two, the honesty and sincerity of how you view your craft, your being so expert at making that instrument translate how you're feeling at that moment. So the same song, I hesitate to call what you play a song.
It's not a song.
It's
Yeah.
a feeling.
Yeah,
It's a compilation of where you are, who's there watching or listening, and how you feel that moment. And because you can direct how those notes will feel. And that's your specialty. That's the art, as
Yeah,
I
but
see it.
you know, I have to be honest. Every single time, I don't know. I don't know how it happens. I have no idea. I know that it comes from the heart, and that's all that matters. But you know, Benny Goodman taught me a few things that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And one of them was, he said, your interpretation is secondary. Most important is the music that composer wrote. So music comes first, your interpretation is second. And it's absolutely right, because when you play something and you said, okay, I create something, yes, do, but don't forget what's in the score.
So don't you write your own scores by how
No.
you feel?
Yes, I write my own scores within that music. I don't compose. I improvise, but I don't compose. I don't have that gift.
I think you do.
Well, when I play a cadenza in a concerto, yes, it's always my cadenza, but I don't call it composing.
I'm honored to have you. Please come back.
Thank you so much. It'll be my pleasure. Okay.
Bravo. Hey, God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.